John Bird. The satirist who spoke truth to power. John Bird was not the loudest voice on British television. He didn't shout. He didn't chase fame. Instead, he did something far more powerful. He made people think. Born on November 30th, 1946, in Birmingham, England, John Bird grew up in a working-class environment where observation mattered. From an early age, he showed a sharp intellect and an unusual sensitivity to language, logic, and power. These qualities would later define his entire career. Bird went on to study at Cambridge University, a place that sharpened his mind and shaped his worldview. It was here that his love for politics, satire, and performance truly began to merge. But unlike many entertainers, Bird was never interested in easy laughs. He believed satire should challenge authority, expose hypocrisy, and reveal uncomfortable truths. By the late 1960s and 1970s, John Bird emerged as part of a new generation of British satirists, thinkers who used humor not as escape, but as a weapon against manipulation and empty rhetoric. What set Bird apart was his style. Calm, measured, intellectually precise. He didn't mock politicians by exaggeration alone. Instead, he often let their own words condemn them. Exposing contradictions with quiet brilliance, John Bird became a familiar face to millions through the acclaimed Channel 4 series Bremner. Bird and Fortune. Alongside Rory Bremner and John Fortune, Bird helped create one of the most respected political satire shows in British television history. The program wasn't about punchlines. It was about ideas. Each sketch dissected political language, media spin, and moral evasion. Bird frequently played authoritative figures, politicians, narrators, analysts, delivering monologues that sounded reasonable, until the truth beneath them became impossible to ignore. Audiences didn't just laugh. They reflected. Beyond satire, John Bird was also an actor, appearing in television dramas, comedies, and stage productions. His performances were subtle and intelligent, marked by restraint rather than spectacle. He brought gravity to every role, whether on screen or on stage. Bird was also a writer and director, contributing essays, scripts, and satirical commentary across television and radio. His work consistently focused on themes like power, responsibility, media distortion, and social justice. He believed satire had a duty, not to flatter audiences, but to challenge them. Politically, John Bird refused easy labels. He criticized both the left and the right, remaining fiercely independent. His loyalty was not to ideology, but to truth and logic. In an era of noise and outrage, Bird stood out as a rare voice of clarity. Despite his influence, he avoided celebrity culture. He preferred substance over spotlight, conversation over controversy. Colleagues described him as principled, thoughtful, and deeply committed to the moral purpose of satire. On December 24, 2022, John Bird passed away at the age of 76. His death marked the loss of one of Britain's most intelligent and ethical satirical voices. Tributes poured in from journalists, comedians, and viewers who recognized his unique contribution to public discourse. John Bird didn't just entertain, he educated. He questioned. He held power accountable. In a world increasingly driven by spectacle, his work remains a reminder that quiet intelligence can be revolutionary. John Bird's legacy lives on, in political comedy, in thoughtful journalism, and in every moment when humor is used not to distract, but to reveal the truth. Thank you for watching.